Hi guys, today I wanted to do a review on Urban Decay's new foundation. It's called Naked Skin, and it says that it is weightless, ultra definition liquid makeup. This is their first liquid foundation that I know of. It is 30 milliliters or 1 fluid ounce, and it comes in 18 different shades. So that is actually really good considering that most makeup companies don't have that large of a range of shades. It comes in this pretty box. It's pretty big. And when you open it up, it's got the purple on the inside, and this is what it looks like. It's a pretty big pump. It's got like a gunmetal silver, and the lid doesn't come off too easy. I know sometimes when you shake things, they come off pretty easy. And it does have Beauty with an Edge on the back. That's on all their packaging. The lid just pops off like this. You don't have to screw it off or on, and it just pops back on like that. It is a pump. It's a pretty hygienic pump, and when you do pump it out, a lot comes out. This is shade 3.0, and I'll show you guys how much comes out with one pump. And it is a very runny foundation. That's one pump. And see how much it runs? This actually does my whole face. So then you just put this back on, and that's that. Just about the packaging to begin with. I like this packaging. I think it's pretty, but as far as economically, it's kind of big. For comparison purposes, here's Makeup Forever. They're matte velvet, and this is also 1 ounce. So look at the size difference between this. And this is so much thinner too. So the same amount of liquid that comes in this is in this huge bottle. So I don't really know how much plastic it takes to make this little Makeup Forever one, but the Urban Decay one is much bigger. So if you're into that kind of thing, then that might make a difference to you. I find this a lot easier to store. They store really easy in little drawers. I have a bunch of these, and you can put a bunch in. This might not fit sitting up in a drawer. It'll probably fit lying down. But you would definitely be able to store more of something like this than you would of something like this. I also, when I went to Ulta and I bought, I think, an eyeshadow from Urban Decay. They gave me this Naked Skin tester, and when you open it up, it looks like this. And it came with this. I know you guys aren't going to be able to see this because it's going to blend in with my skin, but it's like a little sheet protector, and it has all the shades listed, and then you put it up to your arm or on your jaw, it says to do, and see which one lines up with your actual skin. The back of this has all of the shades listed, and like I said, there's 18 of them, so there are a lot, and I do have a picture of this. I know it's backwards right now because it's on camera, and it is peptide infused, light diffusing, and paraben free. So it sounded like a really good foundation. Now my actual review of it. I have it on today, and it really does look like skin. I don't think that it has enough coverage for me. The only other thing that I have on today is a little bit of contouring. I don't have any concealer on or anything either. I just did the foundation just to show you what the foundation looks like. And I've had this on for a good 7 or 8 hours already. And I think that it just straight up looks like my skin. It's almost like a moisturizer. If you have really, really good skin to begin with, this is probably something like what you're looking for. But if you need a little bit more coverage, like I think I do, I have a lot of redness around my nose. I actually just got really sunburnt, so my nose is bright red. Any pimples, any bumps, any discoloration, it's not going to cover for you. You're going to have to use a pretty heavy duty concealer. I tried a few different methods of putting it on. My first method was this, the Real Techniques stippling brush. My second method was this. It's a much bigger version of a skunk brush. This one is actually from Coastal Scents. It's BRC S29. And then my third was this Sigma brush. This one was the best out of the brushes. This is Sigma brush F84 angled kabuki. And when I apply things, generally the way I apply my Makeup Forever foundation is I wet it first. I don't wet it, I damp it, I pat it off, and then I buff my makeup in. That way I get a sheerer coverage, but it's still full coverage. With Makeup Forever, it's already full coverage enough, so when I sheer it out, it's still full coverage. Unlike the Naked Skin, where when I buffed it out without even wetting it, it was so sheer, I couldn't even tell that I had anything on, which is good, but I could still see my redness around my nose, around my mouth. And I know that you want to use a lot, you know, people use concealer and things like that, but I actually don't like to use a lot of concealers. If I can get away with as few products as possible, then I like that. So my other method was my fingers. And this was actually my favorite method. I don't generally use my fingers, but I found that when I actually rubbed it into my skin with my fingers, it did the best. Streak marks were left by every single one of these brushes. So in this case, fingers for me were the best choice. I will show you guys some pictures of all the swatches. I got swatched when I was at Sephora and they swatched me as a 3.0. I have really neutral undertones. I can lean either way. I tan very easily, but yet I'm very pale at the same time. I flush really easy, so I'm in the broadest sense of the term very neutral, so I can get away with a lot of things. I don't like my makeup to be very warm toned because I don't want to look any more pink. When I get embarrassed, stressed, anything like that, I turn pink, bright red. I get splotches all down my neck, all up my face. So I like more of a yellow base, and the number 3 was actually kind of yellow based. So I went with that one, and then you can fill in with your bronzer or your powder to whatever color you actually really want it to be. But I'm actually probably going to return this, and I just don't think I'll use it. I use, for the most part, Makeup Forever Matte Velvet, or I use my Boscia BB cream. So that's my review of the Urban Decay Naked Weightless Ultra Liquid Foundation. The packaging is pretty, it's nice, it's very sheer coverage. If you have pretty good skin, then you will probably really like this. It just wasn't full coverage enough for me. Again, this is what I got from Ulta. I don't know if they still have these. If you're one of these shades, you might want to see if they still have this. It comes with 2, 3.5, 4, and 8. So it's a pretty good mix of colors that they give to you in this little trial. And like I said, each one of these little pods that they give you would last about 2 or 3 applications. So I think that's a pretty good deal. And all you had to do was buy anything from Urban Decay, and they gave it to you as a free gift. So I hope this helped. Anybody, please look at the pictures to look at the colors that I have swatched on my arm. In general, MAC colors, I'm in NW20. In Matte Velvet for Makeup Forever, for those of you that use that, I mix number 25 and number 40. I mix those two together, and that gives me the color that I need. And this is pretty much the color that I am year-round. I don't tan. Sometimes I fake tan, but not enough for it to change my foundation. So if you have any other questions, please let me know, and I'll try to answer them. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Bye.